That's right, Rabbit. There is some lore writing to be done this day. Some new facts and some new histories will be written on this day on the website of World Anvil. Indeed, you shall look forward to it as we are officially live. All right. Hi. I'm sorry I had to push back the stream from 5 to 7, but I had stuff happening and I had to cook, and Rabbit is blowing his head up in the green lava explosion. I like how it doesn't show up on the chat there, but okay. Whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of features I need to look on for the multi-chat and everything. But yes, we are here on World Anvil. It's going to be a fairly short stream. I'm going to try and get through at least the main crux of everything that I want to work on today, specifically for lore. And I'll use this time to more or less practice my puppeteering of my model versus the normal way that I would go about using my model, which is like very static and steel. So yes. Yes, going off of some of what my players have said that they wanted more lore on, we are writing about some organization, and there's really only 3 types of organizations or factions that really need some development. The first is the Cobalt Soul and the Druids, because I haven't really done much, and with Hanyakusha being part of the Cobalt Soul, well, there's not much lore on them, and with Diva being our one and only druid, there's not much lore on how druids live in this world. But then, of course, there's also the Kalen Thor, which is, of course, another faction which the party has had a few encounters in, specifically with Slippery Jim. Yeah, that's a fun NPC, kind of based off of Patches. Only it was named after someone a coworker said. So, I think we're gonna go for those as our 3 that we're gonna work on, and I'm not gonna do everything because, as World Anvil always has, there is a lot. There's a lot of prompts that can be had here. We got generic prompts like the type, the structure, everything. Like, look at all these prompts. Look at all of them. There's so many on World Anvil, and I'm not sponsored by World Anvil. I kind of wish I was, but I'm not. Oh well. But I will shout out that if you have no idea where to begin in your world creating career or anything like that, then World Anvil is a decent starting place because of the fact that it does give you so many prompts on what you can do. You get the history, the assets that it does. That's all generic stuff. But then you got like geopolitical stuff, and look at all of this. There's so many things to do, and you don't need to go through every single one of them. For instance, the Kalen Thor, or the Shadow Organization, as it is translated from the ancient human language and everything like that. And it's not a religious organization, but they do have ethics. They do have a sense of ethics, and but they have no other like religious thing, so I don't need all that religious stuff. And same thing for military. They don't have a military. They are, well, they're a band of they're things. And then also I have other like these are other like little header sections and things like that for the website, which again, everyone can go on to World Anvil, look up Terras Venrohyun, and yeah, you'll get to see the world itself, everything I have written so far, which I need to do more of, and I'm gonna try and do more of these streams, like in general, because, well, I need to actually try and do some more. In the meantime, though, I think I'm gonna go ahead and I don't think that worked. Did that work? Oh, it did work. Well, where? Oh, it's a sidebar. Oh, I see. So over here we have the sidebar of like what type of organization it is. Okay, I was wondering. You can't see it because my model's in the way. Hold on a second. Let me just I'm just gonna go, bam, like that. There it is. Just right there. There it is. I do love how I can rotate and move my model as needed. There we go. We're gonna be a little bit more in the corner here because I can't. You know what? Let's make ourselves a little. There we go. A little bigger. Bring us down a little. All right. There we go. But yeah, we can actually kind of see what it is. Do I have like a criminal organization on here? Because technically the Kalen Vor are kind of criminals? No. Nope, there is no crime. Anyway, I don't know what the rotation means. We'll figure that out later. Anyway, so let's start with the Kalen Thor because they're already here. So the Kalen Thor, as they are readily known as, they are pretty much they're kind of like the de facto crime organization is what they really are. So they specifically are like a covert intelligence that deals with criminals, black market deals, and blackmail. Okay, I'm a little too far over. I need to come back over. There we go. There we go. That's better. I'm not going off the screen this way. So that's kind of the important thing. What is the structures, organization, hierarchy? We got the history, assets. Let's just start with the history. So the history is the first thing here. And yes, I apologize. I am not going to be able to spell because that is my dysgraphia at work there, which means I can't spell. So there might be spelling errors. If there are spelling errors, please be kind. Let me know where they are. I'll fix them when I get a chance to fix them. Otherwise, I'll have to have my one of my unwilling editors come in and edit things. But yeah, this is the storyteller notes. Okay. So, I believe this first one right here is basically like a brief synopsis of what the Kalen Thor are. And the Kalen Thor, well, the Kalen Thor are a criminally run organization based around espionage, assassinations, and of the like. You know what I really should get a speech-to-text tool again, because I had one a long time ago. It's called Dragon, literally called Dragon, and it was fantastic because I could just annotate my notes and it would, you know, put it to text and everything like that. And I'm sure there's a plugin, and I'm sure there's an AI tool somewhere that I could use for that. But for the time being, well, I'm stuck utilizing my terribly slow writing. But this is why we're kind of a chill stream today. We're not doing anything super aggressive and everything. So if I pause and talk for a bit, you know what? I'm actually going to put on focus mode. Oh, so I can actually focus on just typing here. Yay! I don't like it, but it's focus mode, so it's just the text here. All right. And there are a criminally run. Yep, and here I am. I'm mad at myself. I can't fucking spell criminally. But I'm not gonna worry about I'm not gonna worry too much about trying to get spell check correct until like later on. The organization that deal in espionage. That's not how you spell that, but whatever. Espionage, crime, information gathering, and even assassinations. That's not how you spell any of that. Espionage, easy. Assassinations, there we go. Hey. They are both villain and agent to other organizations. Villain agent to other organizations for their skill in information gathering as well as other aspects. Again, I will have to come through and I'll have to properly think. Okay, I'm getting out of focus mode. I can't handle the focus mode. It's too unfocused. Another aspect, X of the criminal underworld. Oh, there we go. That's the brief snippet of what we're really working with. And then if I really want to, I can kind of go in here. I can make that just a straight paragraph, and we'll keep it up like that to be accurate. So, so the history of the organization. No one knows when the organization really first formed. There we go. And why is the encoder overloading? It does literally VTube see why. Computer? Hello? I don't know why you're freaking out, computer. Stop it though. No one knows when the Thor was founded. But it has been around for well over for you 1,000 years. Although I think I just type in like that. 4,000 years. Yes. As always changing its practices is what and just throughout its lifetime. Throughout its lifetime. Once it was a trade organization during times of war or to secretly deliver war supplies. Excuse me. Nice to various armies and armed forces. Other times it was called upon for political assassination. That's not how you spell assassination either. Aye. Assassination. Army. It's probably not the right armies, but whatever. I don't think that's good. And so it should be on IES. Supplies, there we go. I don't think this word is that correct? Oh, that's correct. Alright. Nowadays, Kalen Thor is often used as an intelligence gathering organization by various crime lords, political leaders, and even other factions, such as the Guardsmen and Adventurers Guild. Nope. So even the Adventurers Guild utilizes them at sometimes. Intelligence Organization. Alright. Again, I'm kind of just keeping a lot of these things brief so that I don't necessarily overwhelm myself with the amount of stuff that I can do here. Alright. What are the core beliefs of organizations? Let's do this thing. And because this is actually kind of the important thing about the Kalen Thor. The Kalen Thor are believe that anything worth knowing can easily be obtained through by various means. Information is a powerful weapon. Information is a powerful weapon, and should be wielded with great care. There we go. Wielded with great care and precision. That's not how you sell that. Hey, care and efficiency. Just make myself get an even harder word to spell. There it is, but at least I can know how to spell that one easily. Alright. Hang. They seek out any and all bits of information that can be profitable to them, or can be used for profit later on. Information and to them, knowledge is power, and with ample amounts of knowledge, anyone can gain the power they need to accomplish anything they set their minds to. There we go. Basic culture of it. So that's kind of the big major thing about their culture, is that they covet information. They try and get all bits of information they possibly can to utilize in their own way to allow for more profit in the future based off of which organizations they are getting help from, or that they can use themselves for blackmail and everything like that if they need to make a profit from somebody else. Which is why they're very good at what they do. They're espionage masters. So actually, we're gonna do this. Okay, Alan Thor prefer gathering information through espionage and subterfuge rather than through brute force. subterfuge. There we go. So that's kind of the bigger thing right there. The Kalen Thor, as an organization, they are going to gather more They're going to spend more time gathering information than they are going to try and enact any sort of violence thing. So they do not believe in torture to gather information. And that's kind of the big difference between them, and why they aren't really considered an illegal organization. I mean, a lot of Kalen Thor members are wanted because of their other criminal activity, but the Kalen Thor organization themselves do not actively go out and do the crimes themselves. They sell the information for those crimes to happen. That's why the guardsmen can't just why governments can't just crack down on them, because there's no evidence that they are responsible for a crime. So that's another thing. So that's kind of the biggest point of fact why they prefer espionage and subterfuge rather than force of arms. So while they will defend themselves, absolutely, they generally do not do so as the public agenda. Let's do the public agenda. That sounds like a good idea. What's the goals and motivation behind it? Public agenda. The Kalen Thor, or actively promote, are active in the selling of knowledge and information to those with the most coin in their purse. There we go. Many of the members are private detectives. Or other spy type agent whose main goal is that of gathering information without resorting to violence. Yeah, I spelled it correctly. Woo. Ooze. That's how you do it. It's WES. It's one of those weird English words. One of those weird American words. How dare. So that's the public agenda, because I believe if I actually look at like public agenda, what is it? What are the goals and motivations behind the organization's actions? Are these motivations internal, based on values, or external, influenced by someone or someone else? So these values are kind of built within the organization. Cultures, how do the members and citizens perceive them around? Actually, you know what? We can take we don't need to open right now. We could take this. We'll take this and we'll put that down here. So that's the agenda, pretty much, the public agenda. Alright. Alright, so, Other members slash citizens perceive and react to the world around them. I'm not sure if there's much else I want to put for that. Anyway, the Calendar prefer to gather intelligence through espionage rather than through force of arms. What other generic stuff can we use? No, we're not doing that. It's good. That's a sidebar thing, I think, right? What are the people organized known as? For example, France is French. The leader... I'm not going to put the leader's name down because no one really knows who the leader is. What other organization rules... Sorry. What other organization rules this organization? They rule themselves. Leader's style. That's the other thing. Alright, geopolitical. Let's look at some geopolitical stuff here. What do we have? Geopolitically, demographic and population. Whose land is not? That has nothing to do with that. Territory, military, technology, scientific land. No. It's not really a government. Let's see. I could add a punctuation thing, so punctuation. So we got K, Le, or I forget at the way that's supposed to do, and Kellen Thor. Kellen Thor. I'll have to fix that later, and we'll figure it out. Got that sidebar section. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Type. What do we have here? Alliance, culture, party, broadcasting, digital websites, broadcasting other. Seriously? Okay, fine. Guild, you know, we'll do privateers. No, it's not really a privateer organization. Hello? Can I... Hello? Hello? Okay, hold on a sec. We're gonna refresh the page here, because apparently things stopped working, or something. I don't know. Can we disable this, please? No. There we go. Now that, oh yeah, because I have something in, I can't get rid of it. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. What else do we have? We can have the structure. So let's see what we have here. Alright, so what is the organization's hierarchy? What is its responsibilities? Each department, everything like that, titles and everything. Hey, how do I want to do this? I want to keep it simple for right now, for tonight at least, before going into major depth of everything. So let's do the Kalen Thor has a loose. They have a loose structure to their organization. They have the master of the Kalen Thor. Then they have like elite lieutenants. Then they have like information gatherers and brokers and agents. I think that's how to go about it. So Kalen Thor is organized into a loose hierarchical structure from the top down, based on skill and long-term membership. Hi, phone, you don't need to be on the ground. You can be over here. All right. Would help to hierarchy. Help spell structure is more like structure. Thing. I'm also in charge of handling like really important dealings or personal dealings. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. And I think... You know, let's do this. So we'll make this into a paragraph. We'll make this into a paragraph. Another paragraph here. Next comes the enforcers, an elite group of the most veteran and I know there's an I in there. Oh, there's no I. Elite. Think of the most veteran and often the most dangerous members of the Kalen Thor are tasked with the disposal of troublesome elements or tasked with gathering the most lucrative and possibly most dangerous sources of information. It's totally so many bloody dangerous disposal of troublesome gathering possible most dangerous sources of information. They are the hands. They are the hands, ears, eyes, and feet of the Shadow Master, and each member is par to none in one or more skills or combat. Skills or combat. So some enforcers are better at combatants than they are in like thieves or anything like that. But yeah, you got the eyes, the ears, the feet, aid of the Shadow Master. Basically all the important things. Oh, the eyes, the ears, the hands, the eyes, the ears, and the feet. Eyes, ears, nose. Some of them actually sniff out stuff. Anyway, we're going to do a new paragraph. The brokers are the financial members, are the financial heads of the guild. They are responsible for seeing that deals are paid on. They're the ones that make sure that deals are paid in full, or that members get their paychecks for information they gather. Because you know someone's got to man the bills. That's pretty much what they got to do. And are responsible for making sure that deals involving money are properly dealt with, as well as handling the payment of all other ranks within the organization. So, you know, they're the secretary, they're the financial handlers. Financial organization handling built. There we go. Alright. They are the ones that they are the ones that pay A for information Asian gathered from outside the organization. I swear to God. My own disability. My own disability. I hate it. I hate it sometimes. Alright. So yeah, I got the Shadow Master, the Enforcers, the Brokers, and then you have the Agents. Lastly, the Agents are the bulk of the Kalen Thor. They are the members that take on the assignments put forth to them by the brokers or the Shadow Master. And hell, not master, it's master, and I need to actually capitalize that because it's these are titles. Or the Shadow Master himself. There we go. Their responsibility is to, more often than not, gather information the Kalen Thor have been hired to obtain or are wanting to obtain. There we go. So there we go. There's a basic breakdown of the structure. Let's go to view mode here. Let's just kind of see it. There we go. So that's kind of the view of the Kalen Thor, and I think that's a good starting point in terms of like the information to have here. Let me just double check, make sure there's no other actually wait, since we have that, I can go down to here. The leader is the Shadow Master. There we go. We'll create a page called the Shadow Master here. We're gonna open that up real fast. And we're just going to put basic information here for the Shadow Master. The Shadow Master is the leader of the Kalen Thor. There we go. That's the bare bone basic information about that. There are other things that I could put in here. None of this matters because the Shadow Master is just the one in charge. He has no purpose in things. His species could be pretty much anything. Pronouns could be anything. Anything. Current state. Current location. We're not going to put his current location because no one knows where his current location is. Organization primary, we'll put that in there, which I think is here, and the organization is the Kalenthor Shadow Organization. There we go. Straightforward and simple. That's it for all that. Naming, no. Material, mental, sorry. Personal history, gender identity, nah. Yeah, there really isn't much that we actually can talk about here. Most of his information is going to have to be put through there, but we will deal with that later. Because we can. Yep, alright. Anyway. Again, I don't think there's much else I can really put in here. Disbandment, nope, not disbanded. History, we're probably going to add more history later on. Assets, pretty much. Information is their #1 asset. Information is their number 1 asset. Information is the #1 asset. The amount of information the Kalenthor have obtained throughout the years is highly sought information by various parties and organizations. Again, it keeps spelling. Various individuals, political parties, government, and other organizations. There we go. Obtained individuals, political, government. As information brokers, they are often sought out to gather information on political rivals or other individuals for personal gain. That's usually what they offer. Alright. But there we go. I think that's a pretty good start for that. Absolutely. I think... There you go. So I hope you're happy, Rabbit. Your organization... more organization information. Oopsie, I think I outed Rabbit. Nah. I don't know. Let's see. No, there's the Kalenthor. That's kind of one of the bigger informations. Can I actually? Is there actually is there actually specific? Oh, leader title. There we go. The Shadow Master. That is the apparently I can't type that in. How dare. Fine, we won't have that. Education, industrial, judicial body, Nope, I don't think I really got anything else I really want to put in there. Alright then. So, I am going to go. So, let's go ahead and take a look at it right here. So there we are. The Kaelan Thor organization. It's still working. Then Kaelan Thor. I'll get the proper, like, pronunciation sort of lingo dictionary stuff there eventually. But there we go. That's what that information is going to look like when I hit the publish button, which we'll do here in a bit. Let's go to edit mode. Apparently there's a prominent members? What? Mm-hmm. Alright, let's take that out fast. Do. Shadow Master. There we go. Alright, so there it is. The Shadow Master. I think this is the title, right? Oh, there's this one. Oh, good. We got you. Do it. Alright, so there we go. We have the title, and we can actually do more information on that later. The Shadow Master. Shadow Master, leader. I'll type this. Leader of the Kaelan Thor. That way, there is a distinct difference. Alright, now we have a distinct difference between the title right here and the character. But I think that's a good little thing. Alright. So there we go. And then if I go back here now, I think, yep, notable members. There we go. Notable members. The Shadow Master, leader of the Kaelan Thor. Leader style is the Shadow Master. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. Alright, now I know how the notable members work. So if I actually go back and I create a new character, and let's go ahead and just make this character Slippery Jim. I think that's spelled incorrectly. Yep, Slippery is spelled incorrectly. Slippery Jim. Control X. And as a basic thing, Slippery Jim is an elite enforcer within the Kaelan Thor organization. There we go. Do that. Do this. Where is it? See, sex. Species, human. Conditions, not having conditions. Ethnicity, we're not gonna do. Actually, let's take off male. Gender, I'm not worrying about gender because he is male. That is just what it is. Bald. Eyes. I think I gave him red eyes. Hold on a second. I gotta look up my old image of Slippery Jim. Where are you, Slippery Jim? I know you exist. Somewhere within my AI photo things. There you are. Slippery Jim, he has red eyes. Eye color is... Where's eye color? Red. Skin, pale white. Height, I believe I have him standing at about 6 foot. 6 foot. I'm 6'7". There we go. His weight ain't not available. Based on primary organization, the Kalen Thor. There we go. Ethnicity, I don't have ethnicities. Conditions, I don't have conditions. Current location, unknown. Current location is unknown. Now, you guys don't need to know where he is. Only he needs to know where he is. There we go. Problem solved. Alright. Ad break is starting soon, so we're gonna take a quick break here ourselves. As I get ready for the next set. So we'll be right back after the ad break here. I am going to I'm gonna go to the bathroom, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I have returned. We got 5 seconds for the ads to be left. Alright, we're on to the Druidic Order now. Alright. So the Druidic Order is not necessarily a specific circle of druids. Because I'll do the individual circles later. I'm just kind of, like I said, today is mostly getting the broad stroke of organizations taken care of. Also, eventually, I'm either going to use AI to help generate some images, or I'm going to try and make some images of my own for like the things. Or I'll hire, more specifically, I'll probably hire an artist for them. I'm still waiting for a response for my Pathfinder character drawing and everything like that, unfortunately. something said. No one wants to, since they haven't got to. But then again, it was in one of the reviews that she is very slow to responding. So I'm gonna give her a week. If she doesn't respond to me by, if she doesn't respond to me anytime soon, I'll message her again, like, hey, is this okay? I might do it sooner, just because I kind of want that image. I wanted my character. Yeah. Anyway, so the Druidic order. Here's the basic of the Druidic order. The Druidic order is the order of all circles of druids, and it's meaning that they are the order is kind of like the collective council of druids. They are not a specific circle. They are not a specific faction. They are just, all right, all the circles are coming together to have a conversation. That is the Druid order. So, and order is the collective council of druids throughout Cestria and the world. They are not let's see, and now within the druid circles. I can't spell today. God, oh, I have right there. There we go. Descend? That's not what I want. Discuss. Meant to discuss. I spelled the exact same thing. That's descend. No. Discuss. I fucking can't spell. I can't spell at all. Alright, when in doubt. Test out something? Good. As long as it's not going to where I think. I'm going to where it is. There we go. Right. I got the word, guys. I got the word. There we go. There we go. Problem solved. It's like, I know how to read it and everything like that. It's just a matter of me actually having not the brain power, having the brain power to freaking get it out of my damn head. For those who don't understand what dysgraphia is, that is the example of dysgraphia. I know what the word is, I know how to read it, I know what I'm trying to say, I can't get it out of my head. It gets lost somewhere between my brain and my hand. And it's annoying. It's very annoying as a writer, but that's why I say I'm a writer. I can't spell, because I know I can't spell. kind of sucks sometimes. Anyway, moving on. Hang on. So that's the snippet of those things. So I'm going to call it a Druidic Circle as their thing, as the type of organization it is, because it is a Druid-related thing. The structure. How's you? Oh, it's on. I'm sorry. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. So, the Druidic Order. Druidic. Hold on a second. I gotta look this up. There has to be a word for it.
Hello there.
Hello there. How we doing today? Welcome to me not knowing if words exist or not. Druidic. Okay, so it is spelled like that. It's just not considered a word. It's okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, auto spell checks and correctors. That does not help me at all. So this is spelled correctly. It just doesn't consider it a word. Oh, I love the English language. Much it's Celtic, but still. The Druidic Order is made up of representatives from all Druidic circles. Oh, so there we go. So that's their things. And what are the responsibilities of the departments? They don't have a department. They're just druids. So, yeah. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow, Thrix. Thanks, Thrax? Thritz? Thanks, Thrix.
Are you trying to be Thrix?
I don't know. It's getting late. I've had to work all day, and I am getting tired. But you know what? I have lore to write, and lore must write itself.
Else someone is going to die.
Anyway, that's point aside. So welcome to my welcome to How Not to Spell by Hida Kamui. Anyway, well, I tell you how not to spell anything because I can't spell. Yay. If you see any spelling errors, grammar errors, just be kind and point it out to me. I'll try and fix it because, yes, I know I'm bad at this stuff, but it's what it is. Then come to the once to twice a year to discuss current events, current world events, or to settle inter-Druidic circle of disagreements. There we go. Together. Fucking hell, it's spelled with two S's, not an E. Discuss, thank you very much. Disagreements. Alright. Each member acts as the voice of that Druidic order, as of their Druid circle, during these meetings, and can pass a vote when one is called for. There we go. It's a very simple structure. It's just the organizations of it all. And I think that's how we're gonna go for that. I think that's pretty much it for that one. Culture. Alright, well, the druids are technically a culture, so we're gonna have that in here. The druids. The druids. The natural. Words in my head. What are the words in my head that I want to get out? The natural order of wildlife and the world are more precedent than the laws of civilization. That's a good one. Of the wild and earth take more precedence than the laws of civilization. That is not. Oh wow! I spelled it correct on the first try. God dang it! That's a little thing. To them, Mother Nature, and the world created by the divine six. Although I think I can do what's this? An auto link. Let's do this thing. The divine six. Can I do auto link with that? Really? How about I do this? Divine six? Seriously? I thought I had. Oh, it's the pantheon. Ah. The pantheon of... Did I actually spell pantheon incorrectly? I did spell pantheon incorrectly. Now if I auto link it, there's one. Yeah. There it is. Okay. First off, let's go ahead and copy this. We're gonna come over to this thing. And we're going to spell it correctly. Bam! The Pantheon of the Divine Six. There we go! Huzzah! Huzzah! We did it, guys! We did it! Hooray! The Druidic Order. So now I can auto-link that and replace all. There we go. Keep changes. Alright. So now the Pantheon of the Divine Six is actually right there. To them, Mother Nature and the world created by to them, the wild. I'm gonna call it the wild, actually. Now, because technically, Mother Nature, technically the leaders and the quote-unquote Mother of Nature would actually be the Divine Six, all six gods that made the world. They are the parents of the world, so they're the Mother, the Father, the Son, and everything in the middle. Because that's religion for you. Anyway. But I'm going to call it the wild, meaning the like collective, like unconscious of the world. So this would be things like how mana gathers into the world and everything like that. Alright, and so that thing has more importance than anything else. While they may take a more passive approach to interacting with nature itself. They have often been at odds with civilization when they overstep their boundaries and infringe upon druidic land. However, most druids, let's not do that. However, most druids tend to, what the freak happened there? Hello? Hello? What? Hello? Undo. Why is this considered one giant ass word? What the? Okay, thank you. That was weird. Alright, moving on. Most druids tend to try and live in harmony with modern civilization. I spelled it right twice, and now the third time it failed. Most druids tend to try and live in harmony with modern civilization due to their small number. Thanks to their small numbers, as druidic culture and practice has slowly been dying out over the years. Alright. How do you spell dying? D-I-N, dying? I don't know. Dating. I don't want dating, I want dying. Can't spell practice either. Culture and pracutus. I don't know. Practice. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to Google again, and I'm gonna type in stuff because sports there we go. It's icy. That's how it's fucking icy. English. I hate you so much sometimes. Bam. That's practice. No, I do not want you to remember my locations. Shut up. Let's see. The act of dying. Oh, it's just DY. Got it. That's my brain working. Good job, brain. You're working. Dying. There we go. That's not the right one, is it? Yeah, that is, oh no, the final is going to lie. If that's, okay, that is the correct thing. Dying out over the years. That's, dying out over the year. And, due to this one, I'm missing. As such, druids tend to stay to themselves and rarely venture too far from their own lands or homes. Put you in there somewhere. Venture. There you go. Anyway, so that's the culture of it. So the druids are rarely. There we go. And druids are kind of a more isolated culture. Is what they are. Because the thing. Public identity. I'm not gonna worry about the public identity too much for them, because most people really don't know much about druids. But I will go through the history of them. Druidic culture. Culture. It's fun, lovely spelling it. Druidic culture mainly stemmed from the Orcish, mainly began with shamanism and Orcish belief. That's right, the Orcs founded the Druids. That's how I feel. Elves were second. Culture was predominantly founded by shamanistic practices. This is spelled like that. This is derived from Orcish culture. Derived from Orcish. Culture. From Orcish culture. I don't think we can have. I got orcs. Derived from orc culture. Derived from orc culture. Alright, there we go. We'll just do that. See, I spell it once. Can I find that thing? No. Why can't I find orc? Is it because I spelled orc wrong as well? Is that what it is? Races of Cestria. That would explain why. Because orc has an apostrophe in it, so it's not going to find it. So we're going to get rid of orc. We're just going to call it orc. There we go. Regular old orc. We're going to get rid of the apostrophe S in elves as well. So we can have ease of access of everything. Considering that I have just like non-plural versions of everyone else here. Giant. Did I not do that quickly? I did not do that quickly. Alright, hello, thank you. So now if I come back down to Druidic Order, and we'll come back to that in a bit. Right from Old Culture. Eventually, hello there. How are we doing? We're writing lore today and watching myself have terrible spelling because I'm terrible at spelling. Thank you, Dysgraphia. You are not helpful. Nah, we're doing all right here. It's kind of a more mellow stream, but I figured, hey, you know what? I need to stream something, and I really need to work on my World Anvil stuff. I need to work on the actual lore of my world for D&D and everything. So I figured, hey, why the heck not? We're going to work on it here today, and that's what we're doing. I'm working on 3 major organizations that are directly related to players or the players have interacted with before. I started off with the one organization that players have interacted with before, the Kalen Thor or the Shadow Organization, and how it's like the dark. It's like it's like the information broker that deals with like the black market and assassins and thieves and everything. So they're kind of we have all the information on you and you never knew we had it. Right now we're working on the Druidic Order, which is, you know, because we have a druid in our party. So that's what we're working on right now. And so far we have that the druidic order is just a council. It's not specific circles yet. Eventually I will make like individual circles and the lore behind them, starting off with Barb Angi's Circle of Druids, which is the Shepherd, I believe. Or if she wants to call it by a different name, because she's planning to, you know, start teaching people how to be druids in the campaign, which I'm going to give them the opportunity to do so, hopefully sometime in the future, when I figure out how the hell I'm going to do that, because that's my job as a dungeon master. Yay! And they also haven't given me much information on how they want to go about doing it, so I have to kind of throw something at them and see if it sticks. The fun of being a dungeon master. Yeah. But it's also lore for the video game as well, so this is why it's going on to the YouTube playlist for game development, because the RPG Maker game and this D&D game are all connected. They are in the same world, so any lore and D&D stuff I help develop helps the overall world of the game, whether or not it's in the game or not. So it is kind of a combination of both, considering that I do plan on trying to make my own tabletop system involving my own world that can be hopefully either transcribed to either Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons, or you can use it as a standalone. That's my goal for it. But regardless, we have more writing to do for the history of the druids. Drive from primarily found a thing, then later adapted by the elf culture as well. How am I doing? I am doing all right. I'm a little tired from work today, but that's part of just, you know, having a retail job. We have to work 8 hours, and yeah, so I'm a little tired. But we're here, we're fine. I had dinner, it was nice. Got to watch the closing ceremonies of the Winter Olympics, recorded, of course. Drop my lid to my drink here real fast. Okay, give me a second. Lid, a little lid. Oh dear, where'd that lid go? I can't even find that lid. Lid? Ah! Lid, where'd you go? Where did you go? There you are, lid. Got you. Ah, found the lid, guys. I found it. I found the lid. It's on my bottle. Alright. No spilled drinks here today, guys. None of that. Haha. You thought I was gonna spill my drink, didn't you? Nah. Oh, I did spill it. It's on my face. Nah, just kidding. Anyway. Alright. Trying to keep this thing because I don't plan on going more than 3 hours. Otherwise, I will not be able to get enough sleep for tomorrow. Haha! Yay! Fun. Anyway, no, adapted by elf. Adapted by elf culture, and changed into a more. And changed into a. And changed, and eventually, and then later adapted by elf culture to become the modern day druidic culture known today. Throughout the years, the druids slowly allowed more members from other races to mingle and become part of their practice and belief, seeking to be more connected to the earth itself and everything of the like. So yeah. other races slowly were accepted into the Druidic order. Yeah, they were slowly accepted into the Druidic order. As many were trying to be more connected to the world and the wild. There we go. And the wild. Again, Druidic is not actually a word. Why? I have no idea why it's not like that, but it isn't. Alright. Throughout from humble beginnings, many different forms or circles of druid craft were created and developed to represent different aspects of the wild, represent aspects of nature and the wild itself. Developed to represent nature and the wild itself. There we go. And yes, again, I know I can't spell, but it's easy enough to actually go back and fix my edits later on another thing. Sometimes it's better to just keep writing and get through it. Alright. And if you have any questions on... like the world itself, just let me know. Shoot it out. I'll try and answer those questions as best I can. Or at least, like, showcase it. Otherwise, you can actually find the world on World Anvil. These aren't updated yet, but like this is it right here. This is the World Anvil page. It actually exists. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this link. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna throw it into the chats. Here you go, guys. Check out D&D World. Go check it out. Because it has everything I have there. And you guys see what the current date is. I forgot to change that. Hooray! I gotta change that. Also, look, I'm live here. What? Hi, me. It's just me. Yeah, the good old-fashioned embedded link. But yeah, that's why it's there. So it's ways to find myself. Actually, I wonder if I could actually put I wonder if I can actually put YouTube on here too. That'd be kind of cool. I'll have to look into that later. Right now, though, I am going to be go back to writing here. During times of war, the druids joined. The druids often engaged in combat with multiple opposing opposing factions, and in an attempt to protect the wild and nature itself, sometimes earning them a negative reputation for being hostile and uncivilized. These battles often cost the druids more than they gain, or I think than they gained from victory, from the few victories they had. It's IES, not YES. I know that one. IES. There you go. From the few victories they had. Ah, I misspelled wild. Good job, me. The few victories have. As such, druidic culture throughout the years has slowly dwindled. Yeah. As such, druidic culture has dwindled throughout the years, and many conflicts they chose to be a part of. I totally misspelled all of those cultures right here. Can I just have that word? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dwindled. There we go. When the Druidic Order was founded, and when the Druidic Order was founded, it was founded during a time of turbulence within the world. They vowed to protect the world from all those who sought to destroy it. A thing. However, with each war they fought with each war they fought in, their numbers continued to dwindle. Until now they are but a shadow of their former power. So yeah, so they're very few in number. So that's kind of the very rough bone history of the druids. That they started off like very prominent with shamanistic and the old culture, adopted by elves, and then pretty much everyone started becoming druids because they wanted to be part of it. But because they had their beliefs in nature being ruled over all, they ended up getting themselves kind of hurt more often than anything not. So that's kind of one reason they started falling from grace and everything. Disbandment, they're not disbanded, they still exist. Founding date, do I even have a founding date? Okay, there is a founding date there, but I don't remember what it is, so I'm just going to... Nope. Can I not have that? Founding date, go away. I don't need you right now. Alternative names, no... Leader, ruling organization. So this one is going to be prior to other druidic orders when we get there. Oh, parent organization is that. Geopolitical territory. I don't have specific territory. Demographic, probably military, technology, student, religion, fin. So there's a lot in here. World Anvil. I love World Anvil. It has so much information. I just don't really have time to kind of focus on all these things because it's just too much to go on. But we will. We'll talk about the religion of the Druids. That's a good religion. God's good to talk about it. And the Druids believe that nature is the gift of the divine, six, and should be respected above all else. While they do not follow the church's tenets, the church tenets of faith, they follow what is known to them as the wild. The wild is the collective will of all of the gods' creations. Creations, and nature itself. There we go. Let's start with that. Tenets. There we go. That's what we want. Thing. It is through the wild that Druidcraft is channeled. Allowing love gods, allowing druids to utilize the natural mana within the planet, within nature, to their own benefit. Utilize capitalize mana belief collective thing. To listen to the wild is to understand the true nature of magic and mana within the world itself. Through this faith and faith alone, through this faith, it becomes possible for individuals who do not have natural magical capabilities and what's a good word? What's good wording for this? Natural magical capabilities and affinity to cast magic that would otherwise be impossible to them. There we go. Individuals, capabilities, affinity, and impossible. All right, there we go. So basically, what that's saying is that because the way that I have the magic system is that the arcane magic system was created for elemental rich individuals. So Dragonkin and at the time Azamar had natural innate magic within them due to their history and origin. And a few other races had natural magic within them as well, such as the High Elves, the Dark Elves, and eventually pretty much Elves, Dragonkin, and there were like 3 races that had natural magical capabilities. Everyone else did not, so they had to compensate with other technologies and everything like that. Druidic powers were one way that a member of a non-naturally magical race had access to magic. So this is where dwarfs could get magic, humans could get magic, giants could get magic, fairies. Fairies also have magic. Of all the races that had innate natural magical connection and power within them, you had the Dragonkin, you had the fairies, you had the elves, and the Azamar. There were 4 races out of the original 12 races of Cestria that had innate magical abilities. Everyone else did not have innate magical abilities until the gnomes figured out how to utilize magic through the use of what is known as arcane magic. Because you have natural magic, elemental magic that exists, which is what Dragonkin can use with their fire breath and everything, and a few spells that elves have access to. And then you have arcane magic, which utilizes elemental magic, but it actually is utilizing scientific formulas for the most part. Of course, you had your rare exceptions. You have your sorcerers, who are the rare exceptions, and you have warlocks who cheat the system by gaining power from a third party. But for the most other people, there was no way for them to use magic. Yes, they could utilize gemstones and everything like that, which is how the dwarves were able to wage war against the Dragonkin at the time, because they had a masterful use of armor and tactics and gemstones. But if the halflings and giants tried to fight, they didn't really have the natural magical capabilities to do so. But that changed with the founding of the arcane magic school, and as a result, druids started dying out because of the discovery of becoming less because of the discovery of arcane magic, because they didn't need to go through druid training to understand how to use magic. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good start. We have we're going for what we have available, which is the Kale and Thor have a little bit more, but a lot of it's based on the structure of what they are, with a little bit of culture, political, and history thing, where the druids have a bit more history, their religion, their culture, and and a few other things there. So yeah, let's do this. Let's select this auto link, replace all, and and keep it all there. I mean, the Juridic Order is just going to link back to itself, unfortunately, but we can easily fix that later if we really wanted to. But yeah. Let's just go ahead and view what it looks like in the world real fast. There you go. You guys wouldn't see this thing, you'll just see that, but this is just going to link right back to here. So I think, yes, we're going to go back into here, and we're going to delete... We're going to delete this, that, and all of that with this. And once again, actually, we'll just do this. Copy. We're going to select all of this and paste it. There we go. There we go. So now when we view it in the world, it's just the orc, which orc leads to orc. Hello, orc. How we doing today, orc? Haven't done that one in a while. And then we have elf, which leads into elf, which we have elf. Look at all that elf lore. The sad thing is that there is actually not as much. You want to know the sad thing about like the amount of cultural lore I have developed? Yes. Looking at the Dragonkin have the most. Look at all this nonsense I wrote. I gotta get rid of this part because this is just like common etiquette rules. I mean, this is kind of what it is. I just kind of threw that in there at one point, and that's just kind of what we got. Like, there's so much in that. I have an entire autonomy factor here. I have reproduction. I have their growth rate. I have had so much nonsense in this thing. I love it. And then I go to, like, you know, the next most popular one, human. Two things. Just two things. At least I have their stuff right there. Oh, at least some stuff there. Anyway. Alright then. So, yeah. Again, there will be more. There'll be more I'll hopefully add eventually to this thing. If I'll probably ask like people like, hey, do you want to help contribute to this world and everything who have been a part of the game? So I'll go to Diva and ask her like, hey, here's the Juridic Order information. Do you want to add anything kind of specific to it? And we can try and work out some. I can try and work out something there and things like that. But yeah. Alright then. So with that in mind, I'm looking over. We got about 2 minutes before the next set of ads start, and as a result, we've got one more little section we got to work on, and that is the third. No, I don't want that. I want to go. Let's go back here, and the last thing I want to work on before I go too far, apparently. Fine. Articles. Where is organizations and factions? The factions and organization. Oh no, there's nothing there. Where is the oh yeah, the Cobalt Soul. There it is. This is the one I want to work on next. Alright. So if I actually refresh this page now that I actually looked at that, is that gonna actually show up there? No, it's not. Of course not. So I gotta go here, and then we go to. Where are you? Hello? Where is the Cobalt Soul? Cobalt Soul? Motherfucker. Fine. Hello? Okay, well, I'll have to find that in a moment, but yeah, we're gonna take a quick break here while I try and find the freaking Cobalt Guild in here, because apparently it decided it wanted to freaking disappear, and it's like the only downside I have about this update. Oh, the updates they did to it, it's hard to find stuff now. Where did you go? Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna mute real fast, and we'll be back here after the 3-minute ads, so BRB! Alright, sorry about that. I've returned. I was delayed. I was delayed. Anyway, the Cobalt Soul. So the Cobalt Soul for regular lore, eventually this organization will get changed because this is actually lore, because this is technically stuff from Critical Role. It is an actual class it is an actual custom class made by Matt Mercer originally, and as such, it is, well, not its original lore isn't mine, but for the time being, until the end of this campaign, we are going to call it the Cobalt Soul, just because this is the way that it is. And, you know, sometimes organizations can have similar names to one another. Hooray, that's just the way that life tends to work. I forgot I had a photo Slippery Jim up. We'll get back to that thing. Yeah, I will work with Hanyakusha later on if we want to try and rename the faction itself, or the organization itself, to something else, but I'm going to get direct input from him because this is the background that he chose for his character, and we're sticking with it until the end of this campaign. We're not going to change the name, we're not going to change any of the abilities, we're not doing anything of that like. It is the Matt Mercer faction, but I am maintaining its original, like, lore to some degree, of it being a, again, another information broker. But I'm going to have it be different. It's not going to be like the Kalen Thor. The Kalen Thor focused on espionage and subterfuge. The Cobalt Soul focused on direct action and torture. So they're the exact opposite of what the they're the exact opposite of what they are. If the Cobalt Soul is like the Secret Service, the Cobalt Soul is like the police force. This is kind of the way, or like active detectives that go out with a warrant. They go into your house. They find the information they want directly, and everything like that. So, Cobalt Soul, and I'm pretty sure I spelled all that wrong. Yeah, Cobalt Soul is another information organization, information and intelligence organization. Nation that is exclusively comprised of monks and other are comprised of monks. Monks is specifically one of them. And they practice as a form of combat that specializes in dragging out information and bringing out information about from individuals or other creatures. So there we go. Oh, that is oh my god, I can't fucking spell intelligence. Thank you. That is not intelligence. Oh my fucking god. Intelligence. There we go. Totally can spell, guys. Practices a form of combat specializes in dragging information from an individual or other creature. Or other creatures. Plural. This organization is both secret secretive and open about their involvement in certain political affairs and other things, because I can't, and other things, because I am fucking having involvement in certain political affairs and other acts and other policing and other investigations. Asians dealing with sensitive information. I want to say that is that everything? Hello? 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 What the fuck? Oh. I see what's going on there. So the Cobalt Soul, there we go. And then if I click down here, now, okay. I fixed it, guys. We fixed it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, what the fuck is happening here? What is happening here? Do I have to refresh the page? I think I have to refresh the page. Refresh the page! Ay. There we go. So you can Kalen for the Shadow Organization. Yeah, this is there. And the Cobalt Soul. That's their information right there. Got it. Alright, we are good. Alright, anyway. So let's go to the generic here. They are... we have a bit of history that we're going to work on. We have we can work on a bit of the structure. I'm not going to go too deep into the structure too much, mainly because I have no idea how I want the structure to work. Actually, no, we'll hold off on the structure for now. The culture of it, we will go into the culture of it, the political agenda. Assets, we'll go into assets for it. And... we can actually throw in things like that. Founding date, alternative names. I won't worry about that. Leader title. We have the Grandmaster. I'm just gonna put a little tag here. There we go. I will create a new one. The Grandmaster. The Grandmaster of the Cobalt Soul. And we'll just type in here. Leader and head monk of the Cobalt Soul. Actually, I think the funny thing is, it's supposed to be Cobalt Soul, so it's like the actual, Cobalt race, but I have it Cobalt. So, yeah, I think I actually might be able to keep it this way, the Cobalt Soul. It's Elvish, don't worry about it, guys. Alright. They actually do have... these are all sidebar stuff. Let's see. Geopolitical. I have geopolitical stuff. Although I think I can do. So we got history that we're gonna put in here. We've got culture we're gonna put in there. Public agenda and assets. And we're related species. What species are often found within this organization? This one actually is relevant because elf is often found in it, and human. You don't find too many other races that are a part of it. It's a lot of it is the elf plus the human. Elf and human and races are more or less associated with it, because humans started learning from the elves, but the elves founded it. I can actually do that, can I? Founder. Founders. We'll do this. We'll have to come up with a new character for it eventually, but there is a founder. Coming down there. Anyway, so let's get started with the. You know what? Let's start from the. We'll work from the bottom up, I guess. The history of the Cobalt Soul. The Cobalt Soul was founded, and it was founded during. It was founded after the events of the first. After the events of the first. After the events of the Dark Ages. Dark Ages. When most of history was lost. Was lost. Their goal was to archive a history of the land and more efficiently to prevent such a loss from ever happening again. However, gathering such information proved to be more challenging than anticipated. Be more challenging than they anticipated. For hundreds of years, the members of the Cobalt Soul all struggled to obtain information from other individuals due to distrust amongst the races of the distrust of the races of the time. During that time. Oh my god, so many bad words, it's driving me nuts. Challenging. More challenging than they anticipated. Members of the Cobalt Soul struggled. Information. Individuals. Distrust. Amongst. I don't think that's the right word. What word are you? What are you? What word are you? That's amusement. And no, it's yeah, that's what I thought. It's not the right word. Months. How do you do that? A month? Amount. Among. Interest amounts among the races during that time. Where most of his history was loved by a group of elf monks. By a group of elf monks who sought to whose goal was to archive the history of the world happening again. There we go. That's a better sentence. I can actually handle that sentence now. For hundreds of years, the members of the Cobalt Soul, and it's capital S here, please. Thank you very much. Members of the Cobalt Soul struggled to obtain information from other individuals due to the distrust among the races of the time during that time. As such, one leader, one member started to develop a method to extract information from an individual through the use of a special martial arts. There's use of a special martial arts, aka they decided to punch it out of people. Meth head? I think that's that's meathead. No. I don't think that's right. What is this? Is this the right thing? Search. Method, a turn. Meathead. Yeah, that's what I thought. Method. The method of okay, it's just MOD, it's OD, okay. MOD. Method to extract information from an individual through the use of special martial arts. Upon unsuccessfully creating this fighting style, the amount of information the Cobalt Soul, still not should, Soul, was able to obtain grew exponentially. Alright, there we go. Disable. There we go. Exponentially. That's expansionary. Exponentially. Fucking goddamn me and my fucking dysgraphia. I know I can read the word, I know the word, I just can't fucking spell the word. The exponential There we go. So we copy this, put this in there. No, don't want that. Place that in there. Lee. Exponentially. There we freaking go. Get in there. Ah, dang it. I was so close. Yeah. For those who don't know what dysgraphia is, that is dysgraphia. Wait, I know what the word is. I know how to read it. I know what I'm looking for, and I can't, for the love of me, get it out. That is dysgraphia in a nutshell. It is a pain in the ass. Some people say some people will say it's an excuse. ADHD is an excuse. You know what I say? Anything I say is an excuse. Anything you say is an excuse. Deal with it. And nah. No matter what you say, anything you say is an excuse. There is no way around it. You can't argue with anyone because it's an excuse. Sorry, that's a bit of personal frustration. It's getting late. And I'm getting frustrated at myself because I'm just frustrated at myself. Exponentially. For the next next few thousand years, the cobalt soul developed a name for themselves as a brutal organization that would torture the information from people should they deem the need to do so. There we go. Torture organization developed it. There it is. Alright. Anyway. To this day, the cobalt soul is often called upon by major law enforcement groups to interrogate captured prisoners, bandits, or suspects in a crime. Interrogate captured prisoner. There we go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. In recent years, here's the once elf exclusive monk order opened up to human membership. So human open up to allow human individuals to join their ranks. That's the most recent thing, because opened up to allow humans to join the individuals. Alright, auto link. There are 7. Okay, it's the first of each. Oh, right. Undo changes. We do not want the cobalt. Skip that one. Elf, replace. Skip. skip, 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 human. Keep changes. There we go. That's what we want. We don't want to repeat it like 50,000 billion times. All right. Assets. The Cobalt Soul. Main asset that they provide to large organizations is that of intelligence they have gathered over time, and to aid in the gathering of you can't eat the text. Can you eat the text on my screen? I don't know. Can you spell the text on my screen? That's the question that they had here. If you can spell the text on my screen, congratulations, you can eat it. If you can't spell it, well, then you're in the same boat as I am. But I did make some Parmesan chicken. It's in the fridge if you want it. Yep, you can always eat the, like I said, I got Parmesan chicken in the fridge. You can have that if you want it. An aid of gathering of information from individuals or individuals, okay, information and use of individuals. They're need that and the fridge. Don't eat the fridge. The fridge has microplastics in it. You don't want to eat microplastics. That's not good for you. What else is there? They're microplastics. Yes, microplastics. You know, the plastics on a micro. Those plastics. Skills and Vital is also a great. That's the wrong great. Great. There we go. Great asset to policing forces and the guardsmen to local law enforcement organizations and the guardsmen there we go. And it's this capital thing there. So yes. Anyway, what music do I like? I like a lot of music. As you can tell, I have some fantasy music going on now, but I spend a lot more time listening to like Japanese music than I do American music, because I just do. But I'm a band nerd, so I like a lot of music. I couldn't tell you which one I like more than others. I was percussion throughout all this stuff. Have I heard of? No, I don't think I've heard of that one. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Anyway, they often offer their services in exchange for either coin or more information itself. There we go. Tutorial, try and listen to them. Perhaps I will one day. Perhaps I will. For now, I've got lore to write. I gotta try and get at least these two things done within the next 25 minutes because, yeah, that's when, I have about 25 minutes left on this thing. Anyway, so there we go. There, a bit of their assets and everything like that. So, the public agenda. The Cobalt Soul is But you like eating the text. Well, I need the text. It's for D&D, which is this Friday. Hey, you can watch me. You can watch my. You can watch me be a dungeon master for a bunch of crazy loons as they go about trying to save the world. Hooray! Okay, they're not crazy, but yeah, they're definitely trying to save the world. Oh, it's one of those things. Is true. Alright. This is often seen as a. It's a good way to describe them.
Hello there.
Well, thank you for the follow. What is a good description for how the organization? I want to say like a SWAT team of sorts, but I don't think that's a really good comparison for them. I think I'll just go for this: a brutish organization that is often seen as an excessive use of force when called upon. There we go. That's terrible. Yeah, if you want to eat all my... that's brute. And as a brute... controllable... often seen as a brute... we'll just use brute force for now. Thank you very much. I'm seen as a brute force. Sorry, Brutus organization. There we go. As the Brutus. Brutes as a words escaping my head. Yeah, it's an aggressive organization. There we go. I think it's 2Gs. There we go. Aggressive organization is often called in when things escalate beyond controllable means, and that's a good way of putting it. And to the public, they appear as an extreme use of law enforcement power that is privatized and used with reckless abandon. Extreme. There we go. No, extreme. There's an E at the end of it. Enforcement and privatizing. In truth, law enforcement organizations nations and government and bodies such as the guardsmen and see the cobalt soul as an efficient order of, I don't know. Oh, what's it? You can tell my brain is getting to the end of the day here because it's starting to start doing stupid. It's IES. But IES. The Cobalt Soul as a trustworthy organization that will aid in times when normal information gathering methods are not viable or are unsuccessful. To them, the Cobalt Soul is a I don't want to use privatized again. Well, you know, we can kind of call it privatized because they're kind of private. It's a privatized SWAT. SWAT doesn't exist though. The privatized elite fighting force that can also aid in the capture of criminals, both by gathering information and assisting in active arrests. There we go. There we go. That's the public agenda of the Cobalt Soul. They are basically a police force. But they are the violent police force. So they pretty much are like, okay, you have information? Let me get that information out of you real fast. Alright, so the Cobalt Soul believes in gathering information with the necessary force needed. Yep. Cobalt Soul believes that the gathering of information should be done with the appropriate amount of force when necessary. Appropriate and necessary. They are firm believers in the fact that anyone can be made to speak or share information if the right amount of force is used against them. There we go. Amount. Firm believers confirm. There it is. As such, the members of the Cobalt Soul tend to be more aggressive in how they gather information from individuals going to such lengths as proactive action or even torture. Nope, I don't mean to do that. Undo, going. There we go. Proactive actions and even torture. To acquire the information they seek. There we go. Acquire is spelled like, nope, that's a quiffer. Acquire. There we go. Acquire. Nope. Acquire. There we go. Stupid rules of English right there. Alright then, so. Information they seek. This often leads them into jumping a gun and instigating fights with individuals or organizations that may end up losing valuable clues that could have been discovered should they have stayed their hand. There we go. Autolink. Is there anything in the autolink? There is 2 in the autolink. What do we have here? Cobalt Soul. Skip and skip. Yep. There we go. So there we are. Apparently the guardsmen don't actually have... Oh wait, no. Guardsmen would be here. 3. Skip that, and skip that. Okay, never mind. I don't have the guardsmen in there. Oh well. I thought I did. Alright. Now, I don't know if I can actually do, like, geopolitical. Do we have, like, rivals? Is there, like, a rivals thing in here? What do we have here? So, what other organizations is this one on border with? There could be countries, supernatural organizations like the thing, or subdivisions thing. Actually, let's do that. I think I can actually do the Kalen War like that. There we go. Oh no, I think these are... No, that's not what we want. We don't want that. We don't want that. Can I get rid of that? Hello? Hello? Council 12, clear it out. I don't want that on there anymore. Go away. Please. Go away, go away. Hello. Alright, can we, like, stop? Clear. I leave that place. then I come back to it. Is it gone? Okay, it's gone. Alright. I don't think there's actually a way to have... How does the government distribute its power among the countries vesting economics? Not quite sure. I'll have to figure out how to do that in there. But but if I had to describe a thing, their rival is the Kalen Thor. Like, these two are rivals to each other, and the druids are just relative to everyone because nature. Yeah. But yeah, there we go. I think we'll leave it at that for right now. So there's the Cobalt Soul right there. A nice little bit of information there with a bit of well, stuff like that. I don't have the current Grandmaster of the stuff there, and I don't have and we have the elf and the human, which the human does not have very much going for them right now, which I need to get human lore in here. I really do. I don't have very much human lore, and I should do that because half, 2 of my players are human. In game, at least 3 of them once were, or there was half the party originally, but now it's still majority of the party. But I think that did pretty good. All right, so let me go ahead and go through like this now. We are going to hit the public. That's right, I need to hit published, and I need to make it public. So there we go. It is now public, the Cobalt Soul. I come over to here, make it public. It is published, and it is public, and that. So I'm pretty sure those are now live. One way to find out, we're going to refresh the page. Organizations, other organizations and factions. I don't think... Right, they're not in the... I don't think they're actually in here yet. Let's try... dragging it up to... Let's see, we're going to... Is this what I wanted? How do I add stuff in here? Article management. Plus article. Nope, that's not what I want. So if I come down here and I go... Here? Nope, that's not it. Stop it. Set parent. There we go. That's what I want to do. Organizations and factions. Set parent. Organization and factions. Set that. I'm going to set the Druidic order. Set parent, organization, and factions. And we're going to just refresh the page here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Alright, let's see. Organizations and things. Oh, there's the Cobalt Soul. The Cobalt Soul is there. Are we good? Is that in there? So there we go. I think I have to go one step further, and I'm going to put that into there. We're going to put this into there, and we're going to put you into there, and we're going to put you into there. Alright, so now I refresh the page. Organization factions. Those are there, but they're not there. No, you're not there. Hello? Refresh the page. Ha! It's the last thing I'm trying to do before I leave here. Okay, so those are still there. How do I... Okay, I think I need to go like this. Organization of factions. Oh, I see. Good. I see. Move to... Drop it. Other factions and organizations. That's what I want. And come to this one. Move. Other factions. There we go. There we go. Let's see. This is what is this thing? Hello? Apparently I could change that up a bit. I don't know. They did some weird things here. Sure, we'll just do it like that. Alright. We'll just do that. Everything in Anvil. Alright. Refresh the page. Organization. There they are. So now we can click on them and bam, they should be live and good to go. Alrighty. So there we are. So now we have a bit more lore on some of the actual organizations in the world. We have the two major information brokers, and we have the beginnings of the Druid Circle Order, or the Druid Order specifically. The Druidic Order is more or less specifically about the Druids itself. Now, it's not necessarily specific circles and what their beliefs are. I will be gradually working on those, but I'm going to work on them with my player that is a druid and anyone else that plays druid of a different circle in my world and everything. But you know, for 3 hours of lore writing, I think we did pretty good. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, check out the World Anvil page. It has been updated with lore for you. Other factions, we got 3 new bits of lore right there for you guys. Here's the Druidic Order, the Cobalt Soul, as well as the Kalen Thor. So yes. Otherwise, I hope you guys have enjoyed the lore writing and seeing me struggle with spelling and everything like that. I know it's not the most exciting stream, but it is a stream to do something. I'm going to snooze the ad for 5 minutes because I'm just going to talk over for a bit. But yeah, so next week, I know that next week there's going to be more Octopath Traveler 0 for sure. There is going to be Tales from Cestria on Friday. I'm pretty sure there's going to be Pathfinder on Thursday as well. I have to verify that with Rabbit to find out if we're actually doing this as a weekly thing or bi-weekly thing. And then as far as that, I don't know if there's going to be any more streams on the... I don't know if there's going to be any streams on the weekend yet. I have to verify with family. But there's at least 2 to 3 streams, standard Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Octopath Traveler on Thursday. And then it's going to be Dungeons & Dragons on Friday, for sure. And then, of course, Pathfinder's a big possibility. Beyond that, I don't know. I am causing my throat to start hurting, so I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. I hope you had a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, be creative, be kind to one another, and information is power.